Hello, it's Kim,
And I'm Denise.
and we are
It's
Real. Join us as we bring the Bible to life.
And discover Jesus in both the Old and New Testament.
I'm Kim,
And I'm Denise.
and this is
It's Real.
Yeah, and it's getting real with some Isaac today.
Oh, Isaac, he was such a good boy. He stayed in the land, he always obeyed, but he wasn't a perfect man.
No.
And the way that Isaac saw the whole twin thing was a lot different than the way God saw it. So Isaac was going to stick with his original plan, with the cultural norm of awarding the oldest, which would have been Esau, with the birthright. Okay? And he was also partial to Esau, because I think Esau was so different than him.
Yeah.
And Esau kind of lived his life out in the wild. He was very adventurous, and that's not exactly what Isaac was like. I think Isaac was probably more like his father and grandfather. And so there was a real connection with Esau. And Jacob was more like his dad and his grandparents, his grandfather. So
Here we have Esau, Isaac, Jacob, Rebekah.
that's right. These are
And
the
the
people.
scheme is starting.
The scheme is starting. Well, yes. Continuing. Continuing. So what we have here is, so Isaac is conspiring against Rebekah and Jacob, because Rebekah knows what God said about Jacob, that he's going to be receiving the birthright. Okay? But Isaac is not down with that. So he begins to conspire. And so Rebekah, his wife, she's listening at the door again to see what's going on, because he's never going to tell her. Isaac is doing this behind her back.
Yeah.
So Rebekah comes up with her own plan, and she knows that the clock is ticking, because Isaac has sent Esau out into the field to hunt and prepare wild game, and when Esau brings back the game and Isaac eats it, then he will bless Esau.
Yeah.
So Rebekah,
He sent Esau on his way.
he did. And so Rebekah calls Jacob and says, look, this is what your dad's doing, and I am more than capable of preparing goats from our herd to taste just like that
Wild
game. But your dad, he's convinced that there's a difference, but I can tell you there's no difference. So I want you to go get 2 goats. I want you to bring them back to me, and I will prepare them. And so Jacob is hearing that. He's like, And so you're going to get the birthright, And then he's like, wait a minute. Me and Esau are really different in our appearance.
And touch.
And the way that we feel. I know Dad's blind, but because he's blind, he's going to use his other senses, like hearing, taste, which you've covered, and also touch and smell. So Mom's like, yeah, I guess that is a problem. And Jacob's like, yeah, but how are we going to solve that? And Rebekah's like, I got a plan. So these 2 goats that you bring, we're obviously going to skin them, right?
Yeah.
Before we cook them.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get that skin and that fur, and I'm going to put it on your arms and your neck, okay? And Jacob goes, okay, well, there's part of it. What about the smell? And she said, no problem. Go get a suit of clothes from your brother's tent. It smells just like him. Okay, sounds like a plan. So they put the plan together. Rebekah prepares the meal. Jacob brings the meal into his blind father, presents it, and the father consumes it. We're going to cover a little bit of that later, but you wonder, so why in the world didn't Rebekah just have a conversation with Isaac?
Oh, no. She was a woman, number one.
Mm-hmm.
That was number one.
Yeah.
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 So she couldn't go to just Isaac. She had to listen at the door of the tent. They didn't tell you anything. You were the woman. Back then, you didn't have any purpose in the family except to bring in life.
Yeah. And
You cook meals.
maybe manage the household, right? The
Right,
household servants, right?
So, what else? Why do you think she didn't also go to the...
Well, if she came to him and said, hey, I know this is what you're doing, he's like, well, how did you find out? You're like, well,
Oh, Shazam.
right, shame, and she would be completely dismissed. You're nothing but an eavesdropper. Get on out of here.
Listening at the door. Girl. Yeah,
Yep.
there'd have been a lot of shame.
Yeah. And also, as a patriarch, he could do whatever he wanted.
He was the daddy.
That's right. And so her only choice really was to work behind his back to make sure that God's promise was carried out. Now, I mean, that's what she was doing, but
Right.
you know, there's always the sinful motives that we carry with us,
Yeah.
even when we're doing something for the Lord. And her other motive is she really loved Jacob. Jacob was her favorite.
Jacob was her favorite.
And she wanted to make sure that her boy got what he deserved. But it was what he was given by God.
Yes.
So why is Isaac working in secret?
Why is Isaac working in secret? Because his brother sold him the birthright for a bowl of soup. I mean, outright sold
Right.
it to him. So why would he hide in secret?
So I mean, Isaac was very aware of this trade, this sale actually of the birthright that Esau and Jacob had,
Mhm.
and he was bound by law. Isaac was bound by law to honor that sale. And so, and he also knew what God said. So he's not only working behind Jacob and Rebekah's back, but he's trying to work behind God's back. And we're going to find out how that didn't really work in his favor in our next video.
Yeah. So the story continues, and we'll see you next week for that.
Bye-bye.
If you want to know if it's real, then
Admit you're a sinner. Romans 3:10. As it is written, there is none righteous, no, not one.
and as it is written in Romans 3:23, for all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God.
Believe that Jesus is Lord. Romans 10:9-10.
Because if you confess with your mouth that the Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved.
And call upon the name of the Lord. Romans 10:13. For whoever calls in the name of the Lord shall be saved. If you enjoyed this episode,
Like, subscribe, and share.
you can contact us at
Contact itisreal@gmail.com.